What's up everybody, Jonesy here again with another entry in the Hyperspace Database, the show where we take the great ships of Star Wars and give you some history and trivia behind them. Today's episode, the V-Wing Starfighter. The Alpha-3 Nimbus class V-Wing Starfighter was developed as an interceptor during the last days of the Clone Wars, and was a loose template for its eventual replacement, the TIE Fighter. The Alpha-3 V-Wing was developed by Kuat Systems Engineering, who also developed the Delta-7 and the Eta-2 interceptor. It was developed as a quicker craft than the ARC-170 fighter and a more armored craft than the Eta-2 interceptor. The craft possessed many interesting features compared to its other Clone Wars counterparts. It had a slot for a Q-7 series astromech droid that was especially designed for complex navigation. The V-Wing possessed folding radiator wings that also acted as landing gear, and it didn't have a sealed cockpit, so pilots needed special sealed flight suits with life support systems attached. The V-Wings were produced during the waning days of the Clone Wars, and were often deployed in large groups because of their speed and maneuverability. Their most notable mission was in the defense of Coruscant, when they flew against the Separatist invasion force that succeeded in capturing Chancellor Palpatine. Many V-Wings were destroyed in this battle, but a good number broke through the enemy lines to attack Grievous's flagship, the Invisible Hand. Many V-Wings flew under the Empire after the change in regime, and newer models were seen that lacked the astromech unit. Many different organizations used V-Wings after the Empire replaced them with the TIE Fighter, such as the Hutt cartels, Mandalorian warriors, as well as pirates and other criminal organizations. The V-Wing was seen as late as 13 years after the Battle of Yavin in the Legends continuity, when an Imperial splinter faction called the Restored Empire utilized the craft when attacking the established Imperial remnant. The V-Wing was eventually replaced by TIE Fighters, and several of its design functions would later be adapted into its successor, from the narrow cockpit of the craft and the lack of hyperdrive to a lack of sealed cockpit that required sealed flight suits. The look of the V-Wing would also later directly affect the look of other similar vessels, such as the fuselage reflecting the A-Wing Starfighter and the parallel radiator panels that were the standard on the TIE Fighter. The V-Wing was a popular ship in the Battlefront video games, from the classic first generation games to the updated second generation games. In the first generation, the V-Wing is depicted as a heavy bomber and possesses proton bombs, though its canon depiction shows it being a nimble interceptor. In the second gen, it is much more accurate to its interceptor origins, and serves as a quick strike fighter that utilizes its rapid fire laser cannons. The V-Wing served as an effective interceptor during the last days of the Clone Wars, and provided the newly christened Empire with a template for which to produce their signature vessel, the TIE Fighter. Well guys, that about wraps up this episode. Be sure to stick around to the end for some secret trivia. Did you like what you saw? Let me know in the comments if you did. Tell me what some of your favorite ships are, or maybe give me a suggestion of what the next episode should be. I'd love to hear from you guys. Be sure to check out our other videos as well by checking this up here. Also hit those like and subscribe buttons, as well as that little bell to be notified every time we publish a new video. Thank you guys so much for your support, and we will see you next time.